Hey everyone, I'm excited to share with you a little bit about essential oils, how we can make it really easy to apply to our lives, and how we can use them outdoors. Okay, so where I am in the world right now in New Brunswick, Canada, it is springtime. So it's all about getting outside in the sunshine. But soon enough, all the little critters will be coming out, and we'll be looking for ways to get rid of them to keep ourselves um, soothed after being out in the sunshine and all the things. Okay, so I'm going to go through a little presentation with you today. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mary Christina Zari. I'm really excited that you are here. As I said, I live in Sussex, New Brunswick, and I teach people how to use essential oils. So this is something that I incorporate into my yoga teachings and offerings. I've been a yoga teacher for about 7 years, I guess more than that now. And I love incorporating them into my classes and my special events and into my energy healing sessions that I provide as well, in person and distance. But one of my favorite things that's come from incorporating these oils into my yoga classes is me just getting to know how to use them on a really deep level for body, physical needs, mental and emotional well-being, and just that ability to really uplift our spiritual practices as well. So I'm a mother of 3 kids with my lovely husband, and we homeschool our kids. And yeah, just living the best life. So the goal of our class today is to empower you. There's going to be talking about three cool things about essential oils, 3 ways to use our oils, and then how to get them into your home. So 3 cool things about essential oils. I'm specifically talking about doTERRA's essential oils here today, and you'll learn why as we go through this, okay? So doTERRA's oils are 100% safe and natural. They have no side effects and they have no addictions, unlike most, medications out there on the market these days. All the essential oils are basically extracts from plants, and they have incredible health benefits when they are pure and potent like doTERRA's are. So they're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs in many cases. And doTERRA's oils are certified pure tested grades. This means that they've been thoroughly tested, 8 different testings, and then also third-party tested as well. And so you can be assured that their oils are pure and potent, and they have, as I say, incredible health benefits for body, mind, and spirit. So we're looking at peppermint oil. Peppermint oil is one of the best oils that you can use for outdoor living. Okay, so because it is awesome for cooling the body, this is a really great one to make into a little roller ball. You can kind of roll on across the neck or on the shoulders just to help you cool down on those hot days. Or even better yet, making a little spritz bottle with water and peppermint oil, giving a little shake and just spritzing yourself down when you find you're getting overheated. So that's a really fantastic way to use peppermint throughout those really hot periods. And also it's great for repelling insects as well. So it kind of does double duty, keeping you cool and keeping the bugs at bay. It's also great for many other things. It has multiple of uses, from being energizing, helping to relieve headaches. I just personally love drinking a little drop in my warm water after my meals because it's awesome for digestive support as well. So doTERRA's oils are more effective. So they're more effective than modern approaches to health problems. So what does this mean? Well, if this was a cell in your body, that cell, every cell in your body has this oily membrane around it, which is a protective barrier. And that barrier helps to keep anything bad from getting in and anything good from getting out. And when we are talking about essential oils, because they are an oil based, or they're, sorry, oil soluble, this means that they can actually penetrate through this oily membrane. And this is unlike our modern medication, which is mostly water soluble and can't actually penetrate through that membrane and get into the cell itself. So this is fine when it comes to talking about bacteria, because as you see in this picture, the little purple guy, that's a bacteria. They attach on the outside of the cell. So antibiotics, water-based medications, they can get to that bacteria and kill it off. But inside the cell there, you see this little orange guy, and that's a virus. So viruses can penetrate through. That's where they duplicate, and that's where they start to wreak havoc. So our essential oils have the power to penetrate through, get into that cell, and help to stop that duplication of viruses. So this is so amazing, and it can really help to support us on a really deep level. So I guess just want to touch on a couple of things to keep in mind here in talking about, safety. So there's a couple of things because essential oils are oil soluble. This means that we can't wash them away with water. Okay. So if you ever got oils in your eyes by mistake, right? Like you were putting something on your hand or your body, and then by mistake you rubbed your eyes, and all of a sudden it was like burning a little bit. Maybe it was peppermint. You'd be burning, your eyes would be burning, they might be watering. And our initial thought is to wash them out with water, but water and oil don't mix. So we need to make sure that we're using some type of carrier oil to help get rid of that. We just put the carrier oil on the eye, rub it off with a dry cloth, and you can repeat that a couple of times if you need to. Okay. One more little thing to think about too is hot oils, or if you have sensitive skin. So for instance, this oil we're going to talk about now, this is called On Guard. On Guard has cinnamon and cloves in it, which are considered a hot oil. So your skin might be a little more sensitive to them. So if that happened to you, you don't want to try and wash it off, right? It's going to actually make that oil kind of penetrate deeper into the skin. So we need to just make sure that we are putting some kind of carrier oil onto that to help dilute it out and get you more comfortable. So why are we talking about On Guard? Well, On Guard is antibacterial, it's antiviral, it's antifungal, it's like anti all the things. So this one, in terms of being outdoors, say if you're like an out, you love hiking, or you love doing like backwoods camping, things like that, this would definitely be an oil that I would take with me because of its cleansing properties. I would, have some mixed up in a little bottle that I could spray and clean my hands with really quickly and easily. I'd probably end up using it to help clean up my dishes, or if I was feeling a little bit off, if you're on a camping trip or you're somewhere away from your home and you're not feeling well, this is definitely something that I would start taking more of to help my body boost its immune system, because this is one of the ways that we in our house love using On Guard. Every night before bed, myself and all the kids, we all have a bottle of On Guard diluted in a roller ball, and we just roll it on the soles of our feet, and that supports our natural immune system. So it's an incredible one. Again, maybe you're out in the backwoods and you get a sore throat, you can use On Guard to help soothe that throat. Another thing, I wasn't camping, but it was pretty close. We're on this little island in the middle of nowhere, and there's really no access to hospitals or anything like that because it's a ferry that doesn't run very often. But my son started getting this issue with his tooth. On Guard is incredible for hygiene, oral hygiene. So we were able to use the On Guard, diluting it down, putting it on this little abscess that he had, and really quickly, like within 24 hours, it had like gone down from looking so horrible and nasty to like, oh, you had something there, it's gone completely. It was quite incredible. So this would definitely be something I would take with me if I was going backcountry camping, because you never know what's going to happen. All right, so the third cool thing about oils is that they are more affordable. So they're more affordable than traditional medical care. How? Well, oftentimes it's just a penny per dose. And you can really, in long term, save hundreds of dollars a year on medical costs. Now, we can think of this too in terms of, maybe you're out in the backwoods and you got an earache. Okay, so you know how uncomfortable earaches are. They hurt. They're not fun. They don't feel good. But you're out in the middle of nowhere and you can't get to the doctor to go and get your prescription for some antibiotics. And even if you had that prescription with you, it still takes like several days for that to kick in. If you did have antibiotics, you would have paid a quite a fair price for them, unless you have some type of coverage, in which case you still end up paying maybe a little bit something. But also just the thinking about, like, you have to take time off of work to go to the doctor, you have to drive there, that's gas money you'd have to get. You'd probably end up buying probiotics long term, because we all know what antibiotics do to our bodies, so we want to replenish our gut flora. So even though, we don't pay too much for that antibiotic, if we look at that big picture, it does indeed, take a lot of time and energy, and some financial, some costs as well. So, and now getting back to this kind of like outdoors idea, if I was in the back country, I'd 100% have my lavender oil with me, and another one called tea tree oil or melaleuca oil. Now, these two together, this is what we do anytime one of my kids has an earache, which isn't very often, thankfully. But a drop, 2 drops of each, and put a little bit of carrier oil with that, and just rub it around the ear and just send them to bed. And the next morning they wake up and their earache is gone. There's no like 4-day waiting period. There's no icky feelings afterwards. It just does the work, and it's so powerful and so effective and so fast. And it literally costs like less than $1 to look after that issue. So um, getting back to this idea of, safety issues, we never want to put oils in 3 places. Okay. So they are right in your ears, right up your nose, or right in your eyes. Okay. These are pretty sensitive areas, but it doesn't mean that we can't use oils for these areas to support them in other ways. So as I just mentioned, we're not going to put the oils, the lavender and the tea tree right into the ear, but we can use it around the ear. It's still going to absorb in, it's still going to benefit that area. Okay, so these are the 3 cool things about doTERRA's oils. They are safe, they're effective, and they are more affordable. So let's talk now about 3 ways to use essential oils. So looking at aromatic use, this is one of the fastest ways to shift your mood. It's one of the fastest ways to support the respiratory system and also to kind of help clear the air. So when we're talking about being outdoors, especially this time of the year in the springtime, we can have a lot of seasonal threats that are, getting us feeling a little bit stuffy, can't quite breathe properly, feeling stuffy, congested, runny eyes, all the things like that, right? So we can use Easy Air aromatically. This is doTERRA's respiratory blend. It's awesome for supporting really easy breathing. It's nice and calming and relaxing, and it also supports seasonal discomforts. So this is an oil that you can use aromatically by just opening it up and breathing it from the bottle. You can put a drop in your palm, rub them together, cup them over your nose and take some nice deep breaths. You can also, put some onto diffuser jewelry if you have it. If you were in a home, or maybe you have like a little travel diffuser that you like to take with you, you can definitely diffuse it in your space as well, which is lovely. I love diffusing Easy Air. So the second way we can use them is topically. Now, topically is a great way if you are looking for some localized benefits. Okay, so we can don't necessarily have to dilute doTERRA's oils, because they are, that it's just straight up oils that are in those bottles. So there's nothing you need to be worried about unless it's like a hotter oil, as I mentioned. So just being sure that you are cautious of that. And the other thing to think about when you're putting oils on topically is if you're going out in the sun. So not all oils are UV sensitive, don't make your skin UV sensitive, but there are a few, and most of them are the citrus oils. So that's just something to consider. If you're going out in the sun within like 12 to 24 hours, you want to make sure that you have put that, let's say wild orange oil under your clothing where it's not going to be exposed to sunlight. Okay, just another little safety tip for you. So talking about this topical application, as I say, we can put oils directly onto the skin or neat. We don't need to dilute them. But when we do that, our body absorbs maybe about 4%. Okay, when we dilute it and put it on to the body, it takes in more like 10%. And when we actually dilute it, put it on and cover that area up with, your sweater or your socks or something like that, your body's going to absorb more like 75% of it. So it's definitely worth your while to dilute it, because it helps the body to absorb. And then again, covering it up is just going to be that much more bang for your buck. So Deep Blue is one that I would absolutely take with me if I were going hiking, whether it's a long day hike or a couple of day like outdoor, or sorry, backcountry hiking, camping experience. This is your soothing, achy muscles, tired joints, just sore everywhere kind of oils. Okay, it's an incredible blend of eucalyptus and peppermint and wintergreen. There's a bunch of oils in here that really just support that. Bringing more circulation to the area, helping to bring down inflammation, and just brings this beautiful, soothing, calming, easing, cooling yet warming sensation. It's pretty interesting and awesome. I use Deep Blue. I use the lotion form every day on my neck and shoulders. This is where I tend to hold my tension. So that's where I love to use it the most. But anytime I have any little kind of achy weirdness happening, I slap it on, and it's so comforting. So the third way we can use doTERRA's oils is internally. Now, there's lots of oils out there that say not for internal use. That's because they're not pure. Not all of doTERRA's oils are for ingestion. It's not because of purity. It's just because not all oils and not all things in nature are meant to be ingested. Okay, so kind of rule of thumb: if you can find it in nature and eat it, you can, and you can make oil out of it. You can ingest that oil. So all the citrus oils, the peppermint, the lavender we already talked about, the On Guard, like all of these we can take internally because the oils in them are meant to be, you know, those things are safe to consume as a human in real life. So why or how can we take our oils internally? Well, we can take them in water. We can put them into veggie caps and take them. We can take them right under our tongue. There's a gland under there that quickly absorbs oils into the system. Now, why would you want to have some oils that you could take internally when you're out and about outside? Well, as I talked about already, seasonal threats can be high and they can make a really beautiful day kind of, you know, down in the dumps if you're feeling gross. So using actually 3 oils we've already talked about: lemon, lavender, and peppermint together. Those 3 are your like seasonal support powerhouse oils. So putting a drop of each in a little bit of water and drinking it down, or putting a drop or 2 of each in a veggie capsule and taking that internally. Those are 2 incredible ways to really support that seasonal discomfort that you might experience. This one is also great for supporting your immune system. So you want to make sure when you're out in the backwoods that you have a strong immune system. As I said, lots can happen. You never know. You could get a bug bite and react really poorly to it if your immune system is kind of on the fritz, right? So ensuring that. And then also it's awesome for cleaning. It's an incredible degreaser. This is one that personally I'd probably have to, you know, put a drop onto my sponge when I'm like washing my dishes out in the backwoods, just to get them nice and clean for the next meal. So those are the 3 ways we can use our oils: aromatically, topically, and internally. Now, just a couple of other really awesome oils that I would definitely put into my backpack if I was going to be out and about. TerraShield. This is one. This is doTERRA's like repellent blend. Basically, it provides outdoor protection with a blend of oils including ylang-ylang, nootka wood, cedar wood, catnip, lemon, eucalyptus, and more. And it actually smells so fantastic. I really love the smell of this. Usually bug sprays, especially the natural kind, they're kind of like, oh, that smells like bug spray. This one smells divine to me. So this is a great one. They do sell it, as you can see, in the larger spray bottle, already kind of mixed up in a spritz format, or in the bottle of oil itself. You can kind of make your own or diffuse it even if you're like out, just like hanging out in your backyard. And you can have a little diffuser going and just help keep the bugs, ward the bugs off with your diffuser. Another here is Purify. If after a long day of outdoor adventure, you notice multiple bug bites, this is the oil to run to. It's really supportive of helping to soothe skin irritations such as bug bites. So you just add a little bit, a drop or 2 onto the bug bites or skin irritation that you have, and it's really, really soothing. This is another one that's also very, very cleansing. So it might be of use when you're out and about as well. So lemongrass, this is another great one that's useful for repelling insects. It also is really helpful in repelling ticks as well. So I personally like to add a little bit of lemongrass into my TerraShield mixture that I mix up for my family. And I just love being able to have an effective solution that doesn't have harsh chemicals in it. These are just pure gifts from the earth that are here to help us, you know, feel more comfortable when we're outdoors. It's beautiful. So lemongrass is another one that's actually really great for your body after physical activity. So if you've gone, you know, on a big hike, or, you know, you're on a multiple day hike, lemongrass is going to really help bring down any swelling you might have, help to ease any discomfort or pain that you might have in your body as well. So a really nice complement to that deep blue that we already talked about. And then the last one I have on here is Arbor Vitae. This is a really cool oil. It's been, Arbor Vitae trees have powerful resistance to decay and also insect damage. So they are another natural insect repellent. They've been, you know, they can remain sound for over 100 years, and then the wood can even be salvaged and made into things. So that shows you like how powerful an insect repellent it is if they can remain sound and useful over 100 years after like having fallen. That's pretty incredible. So this is another one that you can, you know, diffuse in your back space. Another cool little trick is like to make your own little diffuser. So maybe you do like to go camping, but you don't have a little to go diffuser. You can kind of make your own, just getting a little clothespin and gluing a bit of felt onto it, and you can drop your oils onto the felt and just clip that onto wherever you want. So maybe it's around your tent, maybe it's onto your shirt collar or your backpack or something, just to kind of keep the bugs away from you throughout the day as you're hiking. Lots of ways that you can use this. All right, so why doTERRA? As I mentioned, doTERRA is different. They are different in terms of the quality of their oils, but in other ways as well. So let's talk about it here. When doTERRA came to be, this is about 12 years ago, I guess coming on 13, they knew that there needed to be a higher standard in the world, and they were the company that wanted to set that standard. They knew that 100% pure essential oils often doesn't mean that what is in that bottle is actually 100% pure essential oils. To make that claim, you only need to have 7% actual pure essential oils in that bottle. So what is the other 93%? Well, they're often synthetics, they're often diluted. These oils are not well tested often. They're sourced in ways that really negatively impact people. People are not being paid fairly nor on time for the products that they are producing, and it's really a shame. So as I say, doTERRA wanted to set the standard in all of these areas, quality and the ability for them to create fair trade practices. Okay, so this is where the idea of what's called co-impact sourcing came from. So co-impact sourcing is doTERRA's way of sourcing the plants and oils from all across the globe. And typically, I think it's about 2/3 of the oils that they are sourcing from around the world are coming from developing countries. This is really, doTERRA's heart and vision is to help the most. Like, yeah, sure, they could buy a bunch of land and plant fields of everything that they need and harvest those plants and make it into oil, but two things: they would not be able to help as many people as possible in the process. They really wouldn't need that many people to do that kind of work. And the other thing is that when plants aren't grown in an area where they're really, the climate is really conducive to where those plants need to grow and thrive, the quality of the oil is much, much less. You don't have that same therapeutic benefit. Unlike when they are grown in climates that are really, those perfect kind of growing conditions for the specific plants. So this is kind of where their vision came to play. And from it, they are providing jobs, they are providing education, they're providing practical needs to these people in these developing countries. And it's spectacular what they are doing. They have a charity called the Healing Hands Foundation. Every single administrative costs that it takes to run this foundation is paid for out of doTERRA's pockets. And so anything that is coming in donation wise is actually being put to the cause. So this is like so unlike most charities, which is just like heartbreaking that that's even a thing. But yeah, this is like heartwarming to know that they actually care. They're helping these people by building schools, by building hospitals, by putting in wells in their communities. So the kids don't have to walk 3 hours a day to get fresh water every day. So if you want to know more about this, I really encourage you to go to source2u.com, or there you can find a few little stories, or just go to YouTube and type in Source2U or Healing Hands Foundation, and you'll see a few really beautiful videos of what they're doing around the world in so many different ways. All right, so just for a second here, I want you to think about, like, what are your top 3 health concerns? Chances are, whatever they are, you're prone to maybe experience those when you are outside as well, when you're out camping and hiking and canoeing and doing all these things. Do you tend to get headaches? Do you tend to have digestive upsets? Do you tend to have sore, achy muscles? Right? These things don't just stop because we go outside. And then I want you to imagine doing all those things that you love to do without those concerns. Imagine what that would feel like. Imagine how good it would feel to go canoeing and not be like, oh, my shoulder hurts so much. Or out hiking and not being like, oh, my head is aching, it hurts so bad. Okay, just imagine what that would be like. So I think there's maybe just a couple more oils here that I personally would 100% take with me. I mean, I take them everywhere I go. And if I was going into the deep woods, I would definitely want to have this one with me as well. This is called Zengest in Canada. In the US, it's DigestZen. So this one is your, like, anything from having heartburn to indigestion to an upset stomach to having diarrhea to having constipation, any of the things, nausea. This is the oil that you can use to support those not so fun feelings. So again, if I was in the backwoods and I started to have a crampy stomach, and I knew that whatever I had eaten wasn't sitting well, I'd be so thankful to be able to grab my Zengest. And you use that, whether it's taking it internally in a bit of water or rubbing it on topically to help get rid of that discomfort, like that. It's incredible stuff. Another one that I probably wouldn't leave without would be my Adaptive. And this is basically doTERRA's mental wellness blend. Now, especially if you're one who is kind of new to hiking or new to like extended hiking adventures where, you're really challenging yourself, going on like 3-4 day adventures where you're covering a lot of ground and you're really pushing your own limits, this would be one you'd want to have with you. I think you definitely want to be able to benefit from the calming stress management, and bringing down the anxieties, all these things that can come up when we're in that type of situation. Our Adaptive can help combat those issues. So this is a great one aromatically, putting it in your palms, closing the eyes, taking some nice deep breaths, and just kind of like regrouping, regrounding yourself, bringing yourself back into the moment, and just like realizing I'm somewhere beautiful, I'm powerful, I've got this. All right, so another thing I wanted to touch on here before we keep going is one of my favorites from doTERRA. It's called LLV. This is their Lifelong Vitality Pack. And so basically this is for like maximum nutrition for energy, for focus, for relief, and for well-being. So this is something I would 100% bring with me. Also, I take these personally, and I have probably, I guess, a year or more now. And this has really been, oh, pardon me, this has really been key in supporting my foundation of wellness. So I noticed personally when I started taking these, I started sleeping so much better. I started having so much more energy through the day. I had so much more focus and clarity. And yeah, I just, once I really started taking them diligently, I never looked back because of all the benefits that come with them. But I know for so many, there's also, like, for instance, my husband, he's actually started taking them because he's, kind of clued into how much they have helped me. And he's been having such less discomfort in his body. He's really noticed those little aches and pains and things like that are disappearing. But yes, these are your antioxidant and DNA protection. This is your good for your nervous system, your liver function and digestive health. Gives you more energy and less discomfort, good for your immune function, your stress management, your cardiovascular health, your healthy inflammatory response. It just supports all the things that you need to live a healthy lifestyle, to be able to continue doing these things that you love to do easily and, happily and, without feeling completely drained at the end of it. This is definitely something I think everybody should be taking every day. And many people feel this way too. It's doTERRA's #1 product. It's their #1 selling product. And it's because they work. They're fantastic. They're amazing. They have a 30-day money back guarantee. So I always tell everybody, give it a try. If you don't find that, you have nothing to lose. So you can get your money back if you don't find it's helpful for you. All right, so I just wanted to share one of the ways that we use our essential oils outdoors. So I know that, we love, love, love going to the beach. We are beach. I think we're like meant to just live on the beach. So hopefully one day we'll get there. But I always love to mix up a little spray bottle with some peppermint oil and lavender oil together. So I do this because the peppermint is really, really cooling, but the lavender oil is also really soothing for the skin. So this is one that's really nice to, use to help cool you down, but also support your skin after being out in the sun. And also like, being in the salty water and things like that. It's just nice to have something that's going to be soothing and kind of nourishing. So this is one that we love to do. Another one, another story, my mom, actually, she was gardening and she was like digging away, and out came, she found this, like, I can't remember whichever ones like to nest in the ground, wasp or hornets. I can never remember. Anyway, she came across one of those nests and they came out and started swarming her. So she's like running back into the house for safety, but she did manage to get stung a time or two. And she remembered me saying how lavender oil is really great for stings and bug bites and things like that. So it was really painful. It was swollen, it was red, it was hurting. So she grabbed the lavender oil and put it on. And then she literally, like 2 minutes later, picked up the phone and called me, and she said, "Hey, you know what? That lavender oil actually really works." And I said, "Yeah, I know." But yeah, again, just that fast. She was astonished. It started bringing the swelling down, the redness down, and the pain away really, really quickly. So just awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of ways we love to use our oils outdoors. I do love having my little portable diffuser, so we can get that going with all the good oils like TerraShield, or maybe it's like peppermint, lavender, and some lemongrass. It's fun to play around with different combinations, but we can fill that up and just take it wherever we want to go. It doesn't have to be plugged in. We just charge it up and take it around. So we'll hang out with that outside too sometimes when the bugs are bad. All right, so I've touched on a few little things here. I mean, I've really just touched on the iceberg, or touched the tip of the iceberg when it comes to using oils outside. There's a bunch more that we can use in many different ways. And obviously, I kind of tapped on a couple other little things that we can use oils for, but honestly, you can use essential oils for like 80% or more of whatever is happening to you, those like daily discomforts and things like that that are coming up throughout your life. You can run to oils for those as a safe and natural and effective solution. So I know for me as a mom, like, I love that. I love having, I've meant to bring up my little keychain to show you guys, but I love having my little keychain wherever we go. I have, my 8 top oils are in there, and I can help the kids if they have upset stomachs, if they get a headache, if they get, stung by a wasp, if if they're feeling, they're not having a good night's sleep wherever we are, or whatever it is, right? Like, I feel empowered because I can help them with this really quick, easy way. And now what's really cool is that they're asking me, they'll say, "Oh, I have an upset stomach. Where's the Zengest?" So that's pretty cool that my kids are going to grow up knowing how to look after themselves naturally. I love that. All right, so I've mentioned a lot of ideas here to you. I want to touch on how to purchase, because I feel like, sharing all this information with you, you might be excited. You might want to try this, implement it into your life, get away from more toxic things and into some more natural solutions. So there's 3 ways you can purchase doTERRA. And the first way is retail. This is really the most expensive way. And I really, don't really know too many people that buy retail, because it's really only like if it were in a retail setting. And again, it's the most expensive. There's better ways to do it. The second way, you are purchasing your oils at wholesale price. So this is 25% less than retail price. You pay a membership, which is $42 in Canada, and then you are able to get all of your oils at that wholesale price. As I said, it's 25% less than the retail price. And of course, you also get our member perks, which I'll mention in a moment. The third way is below wholesale. And this is the smartest way to purchase your oils. And this is because doTERRA is really a wellness company. They want to support you in living that wellness lifestyle. So they've put together little collections of oils that are really great ways to kind of kickstart that wellness in your home. So this is the best, below wholesale, because you don't have to pay that wholesale membership fee. That $42, that is waived. That's our gift to you. And then also when they bundle up these oils together, you're also getting them at a better price point. If you, added those all up individually to get them, you would end up paying more than you do when they're in that little collection. So when you go this route, you also get that 1-year membership. Again, it's for free when you do it this way, and you get all the member perks that come along with it for free as well, which is huge. Because what is it? If you have, you get started with some oils, and then you don't know what to do with them. Then they just sit around and take up space. Maybe you put them in your cupboard and then you forget about them. So we don't want that. And that's why we're so focused on connecting with our people, supporting our people through education and one-on-one, especially in the beginning, just to really get you started with your oil so you can maximize the investment that you make. So you get a little welcome packet. This has some great little education for you to refer to, some great references, some roller bottles, a couple little samples that I love, just a few little things like that in there that I like to put together. It also comes with a personal consultation. So this is a time for us to, all right, you got your oils. Now let's have a chat and let's, like work out. Okay, you're going to use this oil for this. All right, your son gets upset stomachs. You're going to put this, put the Zengest on his belly whenever he's feeling a bellyache coming on, or right. We really go through you and your family and like what needs do you need met, and this is how you're going to use the oils that you have to support those things. So you also get access to our VIP education group. This is a Facebook group called the Collective Learning Library, which is a collaboration of education from a whole bunch of the beautiful people on our team. And we have lots of cool community events and giveaways and just chances to connect and find like-minded individuals as well. It's really beautiful. All right, so this is one option for one of the kits. This is one of my favorite kits actually. So it has a diffuser. This one does have to be plugged in to run, but if you're just in your backyard, you probably have some way to like run an extension cord out there to use it outside, or just have it in your home to use as well. This one has the adaptive I mentioned. That's the wellness, mental wellness oil. It has the lemon, the lavender, the peppermint, the easy air. So these are all fantastic. We already talked about all these oils. The Zengest, that's great for digestive upsets. It has the On Guard we talked about, the Deep Blue. The other two oils that are in here would absolutely be in my little kit to take with me as well. The Balance, this is an oil that's much like the adaptive in terms of helping to manage stress levels and balance the brain and keep you in a nice, calm, grounded state. And then the Copaiba. Copaiba is incredible for discomfort in the body and helping to bring down inflammation, and it's actually like a magnifier, so you can use this with other oils to help like amplify their qualities as well. So it's pretty awesome. So this kit itself is in Canada $319.50. Again, that's like an incredible steal of a deal. These oils all grouped together like this are at a really great discount, and it comes with this amazing diffuser, which I love. Now, this is called the Healthy Start Kit. So this is kind of like, if you're on a budget, this might be a better way for you to start. These are all 5 ml bottles compared to the last kit, which was 15 mils. So it has a little bit of a smaller diffuser, which is awesome. It still will cover a lot of ground, and it's beautiful. And these bottles, and they're 5 ml, you have many of which we talked about already, from the Zengest, the On Guard, the Easy Air, peppermint, lavender, and lemon. We mentioned Deep Blue and tea tree. This one also has oregano, which is your natural antibiotic, and frankincense, which is a really great, just overall like calming oil. Might be nice for when you kind of get home from your long adventure and you just need something to kind of like finish off the day with a nice big sigh. It's also really great internally to help support the body's immune system and inflammatory system, inflammatory support and things like that too. So this one is in Canada $205. And I'm just going to show you one more here, which is kind of like a customizable kit, because we mentioned a lot of different oils that don't really come in the kits. They're kind of like, a little bit different than our, most popular oils. So this Simple Solutions would be an awesome customizable kit, right? So you could get this, which has the lemon in it, it has the On Guard in it, and it has the Deep Blue rub or lotion, which is, like I mentioned earlier, my favorite. And it also comes with a bottle of Serenity. Serenity is great for nighttime, for really supporting a really good night's sleep and also just like general calming throughout the day. So if you are out in the backwoods, you're maybe not the most comfortable in your bed, but you want to have a good night's sleep, this would be the perfect oil to really support that. So this little kit is $134.75, but then you can add on, maybe add on the TerraShield, add on the Copaiba, add on, whatever it is that the peppermint or whatever it was that really kind of stood out to you to kind of make it your own. Okay. So I just wanted to mention I'm taking part in what's called Diamond Club. This is a great offering because I get to offer you a free oil or two, depending. Now, I should let you know, these are not all of the starter kits that we have. So I'd really love to have a conversation with you and just kind of show you everything that is available, because there are many options of different, price points and sizes. But if any of the kits are 100 PV, means points value. If they're between 100 and 299, you get a free bottle of Citrus Bliss. And if they're over 300 points, you get a free bottle of Citrus Bliss and Adaptive with it as well. So this is pretty awesome. The first two kits I showed you are over 100, so you would get the Citrus Bliss for free. If you were thinking about that little customizable kit, you would have to add a little bit to it, a couple bottles of oil or a bottle, depending on what it was, to get to that 100 mark, and you get that for free Citrus Bliss as well. All right, so this is the keychain I was talking about earlier. I meant to bring it upstairs with me and I totally forgot, but I wanted to let you know that if you watch this video and you are 100% sold on wanting to shift your lifestyle, getting more natural with what you're using, and really using those oils to support your active lifestyle, I want to give this as a gift to you. Okay, so connect with me. I will give this to you as part of your little welcome package, because it is awesome. It's perfect. It's like, I wish I had it here, but of course, again, I don't. It's definitely smaller than my mouse for sure. It's probably like that big, maybe. Anyway, it's a nice size, and it has this little like clip on it, so you can clip it onto your backpack or clip it onto, whatever you have to take with you that day. And it just makes it easy with those little bottles. You're not carrying around a whole bunch of stuff and weighing yourself down. Yeah, so this is fantastic. And again, it'll be my gift to you. So I encourage you to reach out to me. You can text me at 506 567-8386. I just got a cell phone, you guys. So I'm like, what is my number? Text me and we can start connecting and really kind of figure out like, what are your health concerns? What would best serve you and help you get started with what the best option is going to be for you. And one last thing before we go, I wanted to mention sharing doTERRA naturally. So within doTERRA, there's really three types of people, or there's three pathways. And the first pathway is someone probably like you, who you're here, you're listening to this, you're like, yeah, I want to live the wellness lifestyle. I want to use these oils to support my life, to support my health, my mental well-being, my family and my home, right? So that's amazing. And I can help you do that. I can help to show you the way, teach you all the things, and get you going on that lifestyle. The second pathway or second type of person is those who want to share the oils. And this might be you too. Maybe you're sitting here listening to this and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to tell my mom about peppermint oil because she really struggles with headaches. And I think that would maybe, solve her headache issues without her having to take aspirin or an Advil every day. Or I wish my sister was here. She really has struggles with sore, achy muscles. Like, she would love that deep blue rub. That would serve her so well, right? So if you're already you got this list of people in your mind, your coworkers, your friends that you're like, shoot, I wish I could tell them about this, you can absolutely reach out to me and refer your people to me. And there's benefits to doing that. And I love being able to teach people all about oils. So let's work it out. Let me know. We can even, you could even host a little class if you wanted to, just with your friends and family. It would be really fun. The third type of person is someone who's really sees doTERRA's vision, and they want to earn an income or even supplement their income or replace their income. And they also want to make an impact in the world. So this is really where I'm at. This is the path that I'm on. I really connect with that vision that doTERRA has. And I am, sharing that through through something like this, teaching people in classes, connecting with people one-on-one, getting oils into people's houses. I love teaching yoga, but I'm so limited to the amount of people that I can reach and connect with within my small town. So, being able to use oils, I'm not just affecting that one person. I'm able to affect everybody in that house, and it kind of just spreads out. It's a more powerful way for me to help um, impact people's lives in a positive way. So I absolutely love it, and I love the community of people that comes along with it. So that's where I'm going to end off tonight, you guys. If any of these pathways has spoken to you, again, just reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to you more about it. And just so you know, we always have things going on. This might be a little outdated, but we have a really cool event coming up. Actually, this is going to start this Sunday, which is, oh my goodness, what is the date today? I can stop sharing. The event is called Try Before You Buy. So if you're not sure if you do want to get started, but you think you might like to try a few first, that event starts on the 25th of April, which is this Sunday. So it's a nice little way to learn a bit and experience the oils for yourself, but you really have to be local to my area to take part in this, because I won't be able to get the oils to you if I have to mail them in time, okay? But we do always have events coming up in the future. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking part. I want to help you figure out what's going to be best for you. And I'd love to help answer any questions that you might have had through this class. So connect with me and we will get you all sorted out. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.